Hey guys, welcome to another lesson of Pro Teaches Noob. Today I have with me once again Bianca.
Hello there. Hello, mates. That's terrible. It was on purpose.
Hello, mate. Hello, governor.
Hello, hello.
Yeah. Hello, governor. But yeah, why are we talking about British? Well, we're continuing our countdown to the 100th lesson. We're almost there as we go over Superman True Brit. What if Superman landed in the UK? And well, we got quite an interesting group here. We have Kim Howard Johnson. He's a guy who's known for working with some of the people of Monty Python. He did a book on Monty Python even, and John Cleese of Monty Python. You know who
Monty
John Cleese is,
Python.
right?
I know Monty Python.
Yeah, he would be. Okay, you're aware of the parrot sketch?
No.
You know,
I think I
this
saw one
parrot
movie.
is no more. It has ceased to be.
Is that the Holy Grail one?
No, no, no. Oh, well, he was Lancelot in the Holy Grail.
No, I liked Lancelot.
Yeah, that was him. He's done other roles. You ever seen Shrek?
Yes.
He was Fiona's father in Shrek 2.
Oh, I loved him. It was so sad.
But I was in 3 where it was sad, not 2.
It was still sad in number 2.
True. Also, we have John Byrne returning here, but this is John Byrne when his artwork started getting a little cartoonish.
I thought it was because he was like British or something, and I'm like, he's British?
No, John Byrne, no, no. John Byrne is Canadian, which is close enough. But yeah, though, this one is, I'm gonna be upfront. It's not gonna be that great.
Spoilers.
Yeah, but well, the real thing is gonna be just how bad it's gonna be. But first of all, look at that. Oh, come on, give it. So this was mostly written by Kim Howard Johnson with some help from John Cleese, but it sells more books on the cover if John Cleese's name is on there. Although a deadly chain reaction will doom Krypton, our Kal-El will live on. I have sent him to the planet Earth, where he will have the powers and abilities far beyond those of his fellow men, and at least 2 chat shows. Wait, what? After hurtling countless light years through the blackness of space, he will land in the heart of the greatest civilization on Earth, the mightiest, most advanced, most powerful nation, the British Empire. Think of the wonder our Kal-El and will experience in England. What?
Funny enough, the British actually have better teeth than the Americans do.
I think that's the joke there.
Yeah.
The skittling and dialogues. So I told her to start soaking her feet, the poor dear. The insight of the greatest mind. Did I tell you about her, Bruceus and Jonathan? Sorry, dear, but
Brucitis?
there's what?
It's Brucitis, isn't it?
Brucitis, sorry. Sorry, dear, but there's a spaceship in our pasture. 3 hours later. It's open. It's Jonathan. It's a baby. An alien baby? No, a baby. Can we keep it? The rocket? The baby. Look how cute. Are you ticklish? Gitchy. Ah! Oh, crikey, please, no! Jonathan, don't tease the poor dear. Best not touch anything else. Uh,
Hmm.
now you put that back. But suppose I could read minds or see the future. I could bet on the 335 at Chipstow. Well, have you got the football on in there? Jonathan Clark, I am talking to you. Take off off that. So can we keep the baby? Yes, we've been charged by an elder of the planet Krypton to be his caretakers without pay. So no more broken fingers, eh? Or there'll be trouble. Don't you pay the old coot any mind. Oh, aren't you adorable? He is a good un, but mind your pinky. But what will the neighbors think? We'll tell them he was abandoned our doorstep. And we'll have to hide the Gyptonian spaceship in our shed. And you will be a Superman among men. They will cheer your name wherever you roam. But what if someone sees us? We deny everything. Soar proudly, my little Kal-El, and experience all the glory, majesty, and greatness that Earth has to offer. So yeah, basically scenes are going on when all of a sudden it's like he was in the bathroom again. Our boy is growing up. He told me he was flying. Flying? In the bathroom? You best have a talk with him. The talk, you know. Right. No more inhuman activities. Maybe we should wait and talk after dinner. Or tomorrow. Or next week. Jonathan, now. Of course, dear. No time like the present. Colin! And, hello, Dad. What's for dinner? Colin, if this is about the broken axle, I could fix it at super speed. No, no super speed, or super digging, or super gardening. Just come in here and flap your arms. Do what? Flap your arms like a bird. This way. Like this. Good. Right, you could stop now. What's this about, Dad? Oh, your mom thought you could oh, never mind. Fly? I sure can. Watch this. See? Whoops. Sorry, Pa. Does anyone else know? No, I just started. Well, don't tell anyone. Your mom. Good heavens, what a mess. Sorry, Mom. Stealing again. Maybe it's time for dinner and a nice cup of tea, right, Jonathan? Right, dear. Oh, and now he's gonna show up. Can I warm up your tea, Colin? That's not and that's what I mean. I could do it myself. And oh, overdoes it. And they
Of
freak out.
course.
My tablecloth. I got it at the church jumbo sale just last year. It was like new. It was an accident. Maybe I can try it with my eyes. Haven't you done enough? Look at your poor mother. You still think your powers aren't a menace? But Pa, I only need to practice. That's enough, young man. See where your practice got us? You best go to your room. Yeah, these and the Kents here or the Clarks here are jerks.
Nah, they just seem like Zack Snyder parents.
Jonathan, boys got to learn, Martha. Now, before we practice, these glasses should stop you hurting anyone with your fire eyes, saying, eat vision, Pa. And, well, whoops, nothing. Colin, yes, Mom. Aye! Sorry, Mom. Ooh, that's going to blister.
Ooh.
Somehow he's able to cut the glasses out there. If that glass can withstand temperatures at outer space, it could contain its heat ray. Okay, I gotta give him that. His dad's not a dummy, at least. Oh, Colin, I think I solved your heat problem. Try these. Wire rims? They feel fine. Go ahead, switch the heat on. Try to burn this. I can't. The lens are holding in the heat. Success! I want to tell Mom as soon as visiting hours start. Remember, you'll have to wear them all the time. When I sleep? Well, no. How about when I shower? Well, no, I suppose not. What if I'm swimming? Look, you just need them to prevent your heat vision from accidentally going. That's all. That's all.
His hair looks like a Connor.
A bit, yeah. Dad, why am I different? Where did I come from? Well, son, when a man loves a woman, no, where geographically did I come from? Where did I come from in the grand scheme of things? And why is there a rocket in our garage? How long have you known? Remember when I started seeing through things? I reckon it's time to tell you of the might and majesty, the triumph and the tragedy of your lost planet. Planet? You mean I'm not from Somerset? No, this is how you got here. What? You came from a planet with flying cars, moving sidewalks, huge pointy buildings. How do you know all this? I saw the video. Video? You might as well take a look, but mind the heat vision. This is where I came from? That's right. You, my lad, are the last son of the grand and glorious world. It's in some sort of alien gibberish, but he seems to be calling the place Krypton. I was bored here? Apparently. These aren't special effects. Your mother and I think this is all real. No trick photography. So where am I? Right here. Blimey, is that me, the little baby? I was adorable. And is that lady your mom? Probably. Not bad, eh? My mother was an alien. And that's my father? He looks so young. There's the rocket that brought me to Somerset. But why is everything shaking? Earthquake, a big one. And that's where it ends? Actually, that's where it started. The only other words we could decipher was, we think, your name. Colin. It meant Kal-El. And as far as we're concerned, you're plain old Colin Clark from Earth. Uh-oh, Dad, problem. Not the heat vision again. Curse puberty. So in other words, he just destroyed the thing. But yeah, basically that. And so Colin Clark grows up British, quietly, respectfully, and without causing embarrassment, suppressing every temptation to use his natural born abilities. No super flying, no super speed, no super x-ray vision, no super dancing, no super charted accountancy, no super radioactive bite, and most of all, no super heat vision.
With super dancing,
I
super
know.
accounting.
Dad, I could rip up these stumps with my bare hands. Oh no, you get started with Comet and I'll be back in a minute. Sorry, I wanted to do it myself, but Paul wouldn't let me. No luck? All right, I'll give you some help. Colin! Dad, whoa, Colin! Sorry, Dad, just wanted to see a horse fly. Don't say it, Colin! Huh, wonder what could cause that kind of shock in a horse. Yeah, well, I'm glad he'll be okay. And eventually, he decides to do it. It's like, trust me, come on, just this once. All right, just don't let the neighbors see. Now wait until it's dark. I will, thank you. And he starts tossing the logs on like an idiot. What an idiot,
Dang, he's
right?
dumb.
And then they soon decide it's like, I mean, we let him milk the cows. Moo! What? Nice job for him, first. Like, what on earth do you mean? Haven't you heard a word Jonathan, where's Colin? Actually, I already sent him out to milk the cows. By hand? Point taken, dear.
Oh, poor cows. Oh, gosh.
And then they're shooting it, he's somehow doing it so hard that they're shooting right through the buckets.
Dang. Use your eyes, bro.
I'm ready, Mom. Look at you, all grown up, ready to leave for university. Come, sit a moment. Now, Colin, you know what we've told you. Always wear Korean underwear in case I'm in an accident. Not that. About my special powers. Yes, dear. No one must ever see you using them. People hate what they fear. They despise what they don't like. No. They don't understand what they believe. Well, they might think you're a mutant. What? Or an elephant man. Beg your pardon? Or worse, they're superior or gifted with powers and abilities far beyond those of mortal men. Folks around these parts don't care much for that, especially the press. Then I'll tell them I'm not a mutant. I'll tell them I'm Colin Clark. Well, I suppose. From the planet Krypton. That's not going to reflect very well on your father and me. They might think we're aliens too, the vanguard of a vast alien armada out to undermine all earthly civilization. Then what should I do? Do what we've taught and come on, taught you all along, son. No one must see you using these powers. We're a humble family, us Clarks. Oh, but Mom, you have been cursed! Hide these powers away. Anytime you're tempted to show up, just say to yourself, WWTNT. What would the neighbors think? Our family motto for generations. The words all of England lives by. Mother's right. Do your duty to your country, but always remember. All right, I'll keep my powers secret at university, and I packed you that book of hypnosis to help you. You know, worth a try. It's not too late for the civil service. Remember what you wanted to be when you grew up? Bicycle repairman? No, you wanted to be a postman. Not since I was 5 years old. No, since I can't use any of my other talents, I want to be a journalist. And people respect a postman. I don't care about respect. I'd rather be a reporter. I suppose you'll probably meet one of those girls they put on page 3. Dad, I'm not going to work for one of those tabloids. I'm shooting for the good ones. The papers that fight for the truth, for what's important. Even without using my natural born abilities, maybe I can still make the world a better place. So you're not planning to work for a British newspaper. Ouch! Never mind your father. I think that's splendid. I hope you enjoy university life. Clark, eh? You can have the middle bunk. You're from Weston Supermare. You'll like it here, I bet. Yes, we've got indoor plumbing and everything. And it seems to be going on as he does, like, you're getting super sleepy. Your eyes are getting super heavy. He blends in, but with some occasional lapses. Colin, your turn. What? You'll never hit the mark with her. Stick to darts. Right. Oops. Oh dear, must have been a defective board. Now this one is Louise Lane's Ferret. This is the British version of Lois Lane, and she's a bitch.
Ha.
She's in my reporting class. Funny, she doesn't look like a fish. Maybe she's maybe a shark or a piranha. Find out for yourself then. Excuse me, sorry to bother you. Sod off. Aren't we in Professor Chapman's reporting class? If you were a good reporter, you know. And if you were a good reporter, you wouldn't be in Professor Chapman's class. You'd be working in London. Look out! If you were in Professor Chapman's class right now, you wouldn't be spilling a drink on me. Sorry, I didn't mean it was an accident. Yeah, well, let's get going, Sally. Sorry, send me the cleaning bill. Oh, I will. And I will be working in London soon enough. Who's that? Colin Clark, farm boy, wants to be a fearless star reporter for the Times. No competition. Though he is rather cute. I hadn't noticed. So now they're going to go out to play some cricket.
Yay, let's go.
Although he's starting to feel like, look at her, pretending not to notice me. She's not. He's falling for her, but it's all one-sided.
If you want to
So,
be a
but
real man, you should be playing rugby.
yeah, but he's playing, doing cricket. But then once he throws it, all of a sudden everything comes back to him. What was I
Oh,
thinking?
frick.
Krypton, Comet, super milking, super strength. Whoops. Crikey, that's smart. Nice one, Clark. We lose by forfeit, but it was an accident. You had to show up and cost us the whole match. That's not cricket. It only hurts when I laugh. We lose the biggest match of the year, and it's all my fault. To make matters worse, I impale a bloke. Mom and Dad were right. I'm ostracized by my peers. I'm a social pariah. Can my week get any worse? Now this is where we get the Perry White XP, and he's only the XP in British name only. He is nothing like White. Please ask me, and people ask me, Mr. White Badger, how can you print such terrible things in your paper? And I say, it sells, doesn't it? That's why we can offer jobs to future journalists. Know what I mean? Life is full of sex and violence. Look at your own school newspaper. Young man gets impaled by a cricket bat. Bloody hell! What I wouldn't have given to cover a story like that. And how does the student reporter here write about it? This Colin Clark? He suffers serious internal injuries when the bat slipped. Doctors decided against removing the object, and the subject is currently recuperating. No blood gushing 20 feet high, no guts hanging out. You call that journalism? And Mr. Clark is the one who flung the bat in the first place. What a great first person piece. What it feels like to actually impale someone. A good reporter uses every advantage, Clark. A good reporter takes every advantage. How could you waste an opportunity like this? See what I mean? Nothing like Perry. Hey, Keller. Who, me? Mr. White Badger wants you and wants you. He wants a protege to mold in his own image. Wow. I guess I've been wrong about you. I thought you were a weedy farm boy yokel. A cricket bat. Had the chance to decapitate my tennis player last month, but I didn't have the guts. Why don't you call me? Gosh, sure. So eventually, then at one point, he loses, like he's there, loses a bet, and he soon thinks, do something very, use his powers for something small, simple. Help out a little.
Mm-hmm.
Colin, your girlfriend is here for your lunch date. Thanks, Harry. Actually, Louisa isn't my girlfriend, and it isn't really a date, but it's nice of you to think that she might be my date. Huh? So yeah, then if you haven't seen White Badger at all, well, he looked in my direction, I think, when he walked through the newsroom last week. If he doesn't even remember you, you'll never get anywhere. You blow this opportunity, you'll end up stringing for a lousy American paper. I thought you liked the Daily Planet. It's not like being White Badger's hand-picked golden boy or girl. I'd love to be in your shoes. That reminds me, I'm trying. I gave your clips to Human Resource and they said they'd get back to you. So what are you working on now? Human interest. You mean celebrity fluff? Uh, Now, just because I'm reporting on celebrities doesn't mean it isn't real news. Wait, isn't that Kate Thompson? What? Colin, I don't. Over there. How can you tell? Whoever that is must be a quarter of a mile off. Louisa, I have to run. It's a photo op. Colin, we haven't even eaten yet. Oh, gee. Then don't bother calling me again, Colin. Colin, what about the check? I hate to do that, but I've been tracking down Kate Thompson all week. So he seems to think he's catching her in an affair. And well, seems to be going like they're all happy and everything. And then all of a sudden, then the Rutleys, who I should point out were already out of favor, or no, basically any popularity they had at the time when this book came out was already dead. But yeah, they're about to fall off, and he's thinking about like what to do, what to do. So he then runs off, heads home. Ma, Pa, have you seen the news? I have to say them. I should say not WWTNT, but they'll die for sure. Please, no one can know Colin Clark gets ultra abilities. But then he flies up, does and catches it, and super. What an absolutely Superman. Well done, Superman. Jolly good. But they soon realize, like, what if someone recognizes our Colin? I think our boy found himself a loophole. They won't be looking at Colin Clark. They're watching Superman. And that get up. At least he's showing us he's wearing clean underwear. Okay, what do you think about this so far?
I'm loving it.
You are?
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
trust
loving
me,
the
it'll
comedy.
get bad.
Oh.
White Badger is then trying to do everything he can to get attention, something, anything. And oh, here's Jimmy, James Bartholomew Olsen.
No, Jimmy,
Yeah,
no.
he's trying to get a good shot of Elizabeth Turley, but his rope snaps and he's holding on. Like, just a news photographer, Miss Turley, and we're 30 stories up. That's very dangerous. I'm sorry to disturb you, but it would be ever so nice if you could possibly arrange to drop your towel. But then soon he sees Jimmy, flies up, catches. When he's trying to get a photo with them, well, he got the towel dropped. Beg pardon. I think he needs a spot of rescuing again. I'm supposed to hold on forever? But then when they meet up was like, yes, Mr. White Badger, one white cat short of a James Bond villain. Right, Chief? Right. Well, I'm impressed, gentlemen, and that's why I'm putting the two of you in charge of our Superman coverage. Yes, you heard me correctly. We're going to own Superman. Let's start with his relationship with Elizabeth Turley. But he doesn't have a relationship with Elizabeth Turley. He does now.
Oh, great.
But that's not true. I'll check it. The story is too good to check. Isn't that dishonest? Isn't he cute? That's adorable. I'm going to teach you about real journalism. We are going to build up this so-called Superman. He'll be the biggest thing since the Rutleys. When he can't get any bigger, we'll start tearing him down again. And when he bottoms out, we redeem him again. You mean it's all about selling newspaper, no matter what the real story is? Clark, Kevin, Colin. It's not just about money. It's about power. And don't forget to sign those contracts on your desk. They'll give me controlling interest in your immortal souls. Joke. Like, I'm still not. I'm still not very good at puns and innuendos. Otherwise, my writing's improving. But all you write about is Superman. Isn't that a demotion? No, I trust my boss. Colin, don't trust White Badger. Not for 1 minute. My American cousin Lois is a reporter, and she said, "Excuse me, you are Colin Clark, aren't you? The newspaper writer?" "Yes." "I'm Kate Thompson, the actress you smeared." "That wasn't my boyfriend. I was rehearsing with my co-star." "Gosh, I'm sorry. You'll be hearing from my lawyers. You didn't check the facts? It's against White Badger's policy. How can you stand to work from him?" "I have to. I'm a journalist and he owns every newspaper." Yeah, that's when we start to have it be that White Badger owns a lot of things.
Oh, dang. How's she gonna get a job then?
And thanks for another delightful lunch. Let's do this again in 40 years. But Louisa, don't you want a coffee, espresso, and after dinner apteris? Uh, uh, Absolutely infuriating. That Clark creep, I wonder. Superman, Louisa, you look so much smaller in real life. I don't give my phone number out to just anybody. Sorry, no pockets. All right then, but this is what you're missing out on. Mr. Whitebatcher is the top journalist in Britain, but what if I can't trust him? Maybe I better talk to my mom and dad. Empty? But why? How? What could have happened? Did someone find out about their connection to Superman? Well, they picked the wrong victims. It's time to enlist someone else in the search. Someone like Superman. he starts flying around trying to find them all as he's trying. Their names are Jonathan and Marka. About this tall, makes a lovely Yorkshire pudding, could knock you down with one hand behind her back. So I was an only child. Now that's what he's saying as Colin. And when he got to the barn, all the cows had died. Oh!
What?
When he milked the cows, they all died.
I had a feeling.
But then turns out they moved across the street.
What the heck?
Can
Why
you
would they not tell their only son?
You'll find out. Well, actually, Colin, we moved house. We needed a change of scenery. Hope you didn't mind. But if you need a change of scenery, why'd you move next door? Change of angle. It's this Superman business. Yes, but nobody knows I'm Superman. I'm just Colin Clark, reporter. Even if I have to compromise to be a good tabloid journalist, I can still be helpful, pleasant, and nice when I'm Superman. And if I'm helpful, pleasant, and nice, nobody will ever think I'm a tabloid journalist, right? Colin, you're missing the I'm going. I mean, Superman is going to be dating Elizabeth Turley or maybe Britney Spears this week. Really? No, not really, no. But it doesn't matter to the tabloids. Next week, the newspapers will call me Britain's greatest hero ever. You think Churchill was overrated? Print anything you like, dear, whatever helps your career. So yeah, he's doing all the stuff to help out. Traditional Superman stuff, but when he tries to throw a bomb, whoops! At the Eiffel Tower.
Oh gosh.
Now Colin tried to say and tried to get an exclusive interview, and we are moderately proud of him. Royal summons for Superman. And looks like he's been knighted. He's given 3 impossible tasks, a mission many compared to the 12 labors of Hercules. The first task, to make the trains run on time. So what does he do? He starts pulling all the trains until they start to go on time. How could you simply have them run on time? See these numbers and see these numbers indicate the times that the train should be departing from the station. And when departing at that time, they should be able to arrive at the time indicated on the schedule. My word, radical thinking. That means they won't be late anymore. 3 cheers for Superman.
All simple stuff.
The second, reduce time the waiting time for hip operations.
Ooh.
So yeah, he starts working on them in an open area. To all do it all at once while everyone helped out. Reduced the rain time by 61%. In other news, Britain's golf clubs have suffered their worst week on record. And now the third one, trying to deal with the national debt. Frankly, Superman, I'm afraid the board feels your proposal to make. Oh no, sorry. The third one is to make programs for people over 30 has no merit. Basically, he's trying to improve television programming.
This is all weird stuff.
And luckily, I'm afraid that upsetting news like that can make my heat vision fire up a bit. Lucky I wasn't looking directly at you. Let me blow that out. So he decides that, to tell them to make programming for people over 30 as opposed to just under 30 and down. But well done, lads. Love the Superman pieces. Love them. What's next for my favorite circulation builder? Well, sir, he's cutting a couple of ribbons this week by request of the palace, and he may accompany Her Majesty to Kristen a soup. Great photo op. Oh dear, nothing interesting, eh? There's talk of an MBE. Can't get much duller than that. Let's have another exclusive interview then. Maybe confess to something. Who's he dating this week? One of Charlie's Angels? Or why not all 3? He is Superman. Bartholomew Olsen, we need photos. Big photos. Yes, sir. Keep it up and look for a little something extra in your checks this week. The more sensational your stories, the bigger the bonus is. Thank you, sir. We'll really sleaze it up. Sleaze it up? Colin, White Badger likes that. It can't get much better than this. It sounds like a warning. So when you have Superman Lane going on, he then thinks he sees Louisa, but it's Lois. Sorry, I think you have me confused for my cousin. Oh, you must be Lois Lane, the American reporter. That's right. You're not Colin Clark, are you? Nice to meet you. So Louisa's still speaking of me? Barely, but I don't hold her grudges for her. I'm here for a few days to get an American perspective on Superman. If you help me out with some background, I'll buy you lunch. You seem like and to be the man to talk to. Great idea. I need to find my photographer, but I'll meet you here afterwards. He's here. Wait, Colin, Superman's here. That's odd, because I sworn he was right behind me. Well, Lois is clearly much nicer than Louisa. Kind of weird looking. On that
Yeah, well, they had to differentiate the face somehow.
That almost happened when Perry was going to moderate one of the presidential debates. He didn't notice until just before they went on air. White Badger would have killed someone for that. Colin, how can you work for him if he's really that bad? What choice do I have? White Badger owns every newspaper in Britain, and he just bought BBC too. I'm late for my next interview. I wish I wasn't leaving tomorrow night. I had a great time. So did I. Say, could I? Call me the next time you're in America? You'd better. Actually, I was going to offer to help you get an exclusive with Superman. Are you serious? He owes me a favor. Come by the award ceremony tomorrow morning. Thank you. Thank you, Colin. You're the best. Oh, my. Are you sure you're ready to, Louisa? And she likes me. That never happens. What will Mom and Dad think? Empty? They couldn't have moved and forgotten to tell me again, could they? And yes, they did. Did you move house again? Could have sworn we told you this time. Mom, I looked everywhere. Yes, well, we had a lot on our minds, son. Superman, Colin. I don't even know what to call you anymore. Mom, I'm just Colin. I've been having a rough time, I'm afraid. Everyone loves Superman. Well, almost everyone. Mr. White Badger is very happy with me, but I have to start writing these dreadful stories. If I don't make them lurid enough, they're rewritten until they're really sleazy. I thought journalism was about reporting, but they've lost interest in any kind of reality. Son, do you have to wear that get up in the house? What? Oh, sorry. Turn your head, please, Mom. The Queen is happy with Superman, but I still feel guilty. Never mind, dear. I met this great girl yesterday, but she has to go back to America. Why don't you just come back here and work part-time with the Weston, Superman Mercury? But, I mean, Mom, what do you think? Best listen to your father, dear. Give up this silly Superman business, or it'll end in tears. Whatever's right. Maybe I should quit. It is a bit of a silly costume. Embarrassing tights, silly cape. Here he comes. Well, well, Superman, thank you for coming. Peregrine White Badger. Nice to see you. Meet you, Mr. White Badger. Hello, Jimmy. Hi, Superman. Basically, now they're offering him and want him to do advertisements. And eventually, basically, trying to get doing for endorsements and everything. Mr. White Badger, I don't sell my name for commercial purposes, and I never would have agreed to this award if I known there were strings attached. And as he start now, he's mad at him, and he's going to now start bringing him down. You wanted to see me, Mr. White Badger? Come in, Clark. Slight change in editorial direction. You know that arrogant clown we've been building up? Well, we're going to be bringing him down a bit. Can I ask why, sir? Because it's time. It's time. And did you see this? Daily Planet exclusive. Lois Lane interviews Superman. We have an exclusive deal with Superman, and he stabs us in the back. But Superman never signed any. Besides the point, Clark, the man turned on us first. Dig up some dirt on Superman. I don't support anyone more powerful than I am. That's why I hate the Royals. In fact, that's why I'm an atheist. So nobody knows his secret identity? He could be anybody in Britain and secret identity. Well, yes, that's why what Superman calls it. But Louisa, you were nice enough to call me and invite me out. And while I've been doing is talking about Superman, let's talk about us. Oh dear, is that the time? Gotta run. I'll call you again fairly soon. Ah, what a bitch. And Louisa even gets it. Like, who is the Man of Steel and everything. I heard he won't come out in public because everyone is trying to follow him to learn his identity and catch on the reward. I wonder how everybody found out he even has an alter ego. Because of Louisa! So yeah, now again, we keep on saying, get the details on the lawsuit against English Rail. What? I know, and like, victims, those poor people in the trains. When our super vigilante started yanking on those engines, he gave over 24 people a horrible case of whiplash. That's savage. Whiplash? It's only just come to light. But the trains. Oh yes, every train in England was on time for a good day and a half. That's it. And if victims win their suit, the whole rail system may go under. And that's not a bad hook, is it? English rail derailed by super dope. And then, of course, now apparently, all those people who were doing the hip operations got infections. The public meeting hall isn't the best place to conduct surgery. Why didn't they tell him? Jimmy, you're a good friend of Superman, but he really messed up. Did you see the report by the task force? All reports of higher quality programming in the BBC were reported by the BBC. So yeah, now he's trying to do other things to help out, but trying to help pay off the national debt until he soon decides to do a few $100 billion in diamonds. But now we see this mysterious figure was white, and basically they're ready to challenge him to a oh no, they bring him
A
forth.
duel?
No. Sorry, I'm running late. It's getting harder to fly with all these medals, I'm afraid. May I present you Lord Bartholomew Stopebag? I think I met his lordship at the House of Commons when I wiped out the national debt. He does seem familiar. Yes, Superman. That was a nice attempt anyway. I beg your pardon? You say you actually made all those diamonds yourself? That's right. I basically explained how he dug them up. Did you have much grasp of basic economics theory then? Economics theory? Let me put this very simply. Diamonds are of great value only because of their scarcity. Do you follow me? Uh-oh. Basically now there's more diamonds than coal now.
Oh, dang.
Suppose I fly up to outer space and start looking for gold on distant planets. You just don't get it, do you, Superman? Fortunately for you, and despite my advice, Her Majesty is giving you a final opportunity to redeem yourself. You've been asked to represent England as a one-man cricket team in a match against the Australian national team. But I don't play cricket. Well, not anymore. Then I should tell Her Majesty that you refuse. No. For a one-man team, I have to feel every position. Her Majesty felt like you could employ what you refer to as your quote-unquote super speed. Yes, of course. Tell Her Majesty I'll be delighted. And he thinks back to throwing the bat at someone. Well, in this case, he swings, hit the ball, gets the guy right in the skull. And he gets nicknamed Brainiac. And yes, White Badger hires him. Now, of course, then eventually they, thanks to the valiant Aussies who were willing to fight on even after Superman attempted to lobotomize their bowlers, it was an accident. I hereby declare the Australian national team the runners-up. Congratulations, lad. And first place goes to Superman. This is the first place medal. Not good enough for you? Just take it off and toss it away after you leave. No, I wear all my awards. Well, see, congratulations on behalf of the British Empire. What empire? Well, we still got part of Ireland. Magnificent work, laddies. Now oh, it's the guy from before. And
Ooh.
He's Batman.
He's what?
Batman.
That's freaking hilarious.
Didn't you notice about his eyes and everything?
No.
Yeah, he's literally the Batman.
Cricket Man.
But yeah, and basically now they're doing the Superman Revenge Squad. Wanting to bring down Superman because he's been planning his revenge ever since. Batman defeats Super Wimp. Everything's just falling apart for him. There you are, Clark. I almost forgot that you tried to assassinate Lord Stopebag at university. I didn't try to assassinate. Tell me, what's it feel like to impale a man with a cricket bat? What are you talking about? Oh, come now, Bartholomew Olsen. Accidents do happen. That would make a great human interest piece, maybe for the Sunday supplement. The day I almost murdered the Lord. That make me want to keep reading. But, sir, I ain't felt so guilty after all these years. Good. It'll be a catharsis for you, and a great way to boost circulation for us. It's a tell-all, and it's got plenty of blood and guts. Well, at least it's not another attack on Superman. That reminds me, I just finished another editorial. Give it up, Superman. Are his powers the problem? The once popular hero faces humiliation after a series of super flops. We'll run it with a paper of the poor chap with the ball in his head. What do you think? What? Are you calling on Superman to stop using his powers? That's right. Not only does he fail all three tasks, he nearly lobotomized that poor bowler. Worse, he doesn't sell papers anymore. He's a menace. In fact, maybe we should sue him. Yes, for the good of the nation. Let's take on an injunction to prevent him from ever being Superman again. You can't do that, Mr. White Badger. Maybe you can, Jimmy. Maybe you should. Superman's been doing a lot more harm than good lately. Not you too, Colin. If I'm not feeling better soon, and if my powers keep fading, I'm not going to have any choice. He's supposed to cut the ribbon at a new dry cleaners next week. It wouldn't surprise me if that was his last public appearance. It ought to be. He'd better give it up if he knows what's good for him.
Wait, his power is fading? When did that happen?
You'll see. But yeah, Zoom runs up there. You're ordered to appear in court next week, charged with abusing your powers. Until then, this enjoins you from using your superpowers at any time. What powers? I don't have them anymore. Get a shot of this, Bartholomew Olsen. Not such a tough guy now, eh? I never said I. Some of us don't need superpowers. I'll see you in court, not so Superman. Now he sees, like he's wanting to help, he wants to go help, but then someone else beats him and he gets the cat down with a ladder. He again gets he's been demoted. He gets a paper cut. Mr. White Badger says he doesn't want Superman stories anymore. He cut my salary. Colin, you look terrible. Yeah, you better go to a doctor. I can't use too many sick days. Maybe I should go see mom and dad. I always feel better afterwards. Well, sometimes anyway. And now they're up north
Wow.
in the Fortress of Solitude.
Nice.
Like, so why did you drive the snowmobile here? I'm surprised you didn't just fly. That's what I'm going to tell you. I can't. Whatever's making me sick has taken away my powers. Well, they explain how, and they find out that, well, Batman took a little rock that was in the ship, kryptonite, and put it
Oh.
in the metal. Uh, Then once they done, once they get rid of it, he's then able to fly off again. Next up, London. Are you aware that you've been enjoined against flying or using any of your superpowers? If you and your little friend the Batman had succeeded, I wouldn't have my powers or my life. So I'm putting you on notice. Oh dear, is that the best you can do? What do you mean? Perhaps you'd like to read the headline of tomorrow's paper. Colin Clark is Superman? What is this rubbish? Oh, of course, now you'll deny it. Oh, shall we cut through the playing dumb? Send her in. This is a waste of time, White Badger. Hello, Colin. Colin, Louisa, what are you doing here? White Badger? No need for the charade, Superman. Louisa's been working for me for quite some time. Started as a page 3 girl, funnily enough. Then I found out she had a talent for deception. But how? It wasn't difficult. After Kate Thompson pours a glass of 99 Borgios all over Colin, and Superman turns up smelling of 99 Borgios. I still
Nice.
didn't believe it until you lost control during the cricket match. Sorry, dear. Stopebag figured it out as well, so we decided to work together. Pity, it was almost time to start rehabilitating you. You might have sold a lot of papers on your return to prominence, but now you must face the one foe that even the mighty Superman's powerless against. Bad press. Send in the Batman. What have you got there? Little green rocks? Don't be naive, Superman. They're more dangerous than they look. That's right, Superman. Beware. Beware the power of inland revenue. Do you fear their paperwork, Man of Steel? Do you know terror on what and their base calculations mean? After you donated those diamonds to the Treasury, our people got to work, analyzing charts, schedules, tables, until they came up with an unmistakable calculation. You must pay tax on the total and value of the diamonds that you later donated to the government. That's right, you owe billions! But I don't have that kind of money. How sad. But weren't diamonds devalued? Not when they came into your possession. Section 784, paragraph 767. If you try to dig up gold on the moon or jewels on Jupiter, we'll know you violated a court order. Tough luck, Superman. Let yourself out. Through the door, please, not the window. Superman, Colin, I heard about everything. What will you do? Sorry, Jimmy. Wish I could have told you myself. I'm afraid I'm contemplating bankruptcy. Superman, no. I have no choice. I can't possibly come up with the money for my tax bill. The tabloids are calling for me to leave Britain forever. White Badger's about to sell millions of papers by telling the world that I'm actually Colin Clark. What else can I do? He and Stopebag won. Well, wait a minute. What if you give them what they wanted? They might find out they didn't really want it. What do you mean? I've got an idea. How much longer should be starting in your tune? Look at all these people. And it's going to be over live television. How can you get so many people here quickly? I just told a couple of colleagues that Louisa was doing a page 3 photo shoot out here. This must be hostile. I'm not Louisa, and I have my shirt on. It was the fastest way to draw a crowd, and cheapest as 2 phone calls and an email. So eventually he's like, for those who can't hear me, I'll speak a little louder. And for those who can't see me, perhaps this will tell you. What the? He's got no wires. He's flying. I have a couple of announcements. And so it's not a total disappointment. I will take my top off. Look at that. He's a reporter just like us. No reason you should have to wait for the morning papers. I am Superman. Living among you as Colin Clark, I've experienced the depths to which the tabloids can sink. I've seen the press lie, distort, and invent to come up with a fiction that they think will sell more newspapers. The human cost doesn't matter. People are only there for their stories to be twisted into morbid, sensational fodder for their prudent interests. While I worked for a peregrine white badger, I was ordered to make up stories to appeal to the lowest common denominator. Why do I suddenly find him very appealing? But there are some good, decent journalists in Britain hidden among the tabloids like good apples. They represent the last best hope for the British press. I'll start backing again, Martha. But they need to stand up to the rich and powerful who are out to expand their media empires at any cost. Owners who abuse their power to line their pockets and who are happy to climb the bed with corrupt politicians like Lord Batman. So back, you idiot! I'll sue! I'll tell you all a secret. The owners of the tabloids think you're all stupid, but I don't think so. And you can let them know you're not. Of course they are, Clark, you moron. You'll see. I challenge you, Mr. and Mrs. Britain. Stop buying that rubbish and start supporting their their advertisers. It's all about money. If they made more money with the truth than lies, they'd get the truth. Remember, they won't print it if you don't buy it. Come on, are you with me? Excuse me, Superman. Where do your parents live? In a secured, undefrauded, undisclosed location. What do you think about your decision to go public? Uh-oh. Are you dating anyone? That's not really relevant. Are you secretly living with Elizabeth Turley? What? Answer the question! Sorry, gotta fly. But Colin, you can stay on here now. White Badger's quitting to fight all the lawsuits filed against him since your speech. They're not scared of him anymore. Even Stoltbag is suing him. And you've given the lawyers such a shiny arm, all the ones in the government have forgiven your tax debt. That's not why I'm leaving. I've blown my cover. Before I leave, I have a souvenir for you. Your costume? You weren't going to be Superman anymore? Oh, I'll still be Superman. I've just decided on something a bit simple and simpler, a bit less British. Gosh, are you sure you're staying? Lois could put in a good word. I'll stick it out a bit longer, stiff upper lip and all. Will you be Colin Clark in America? No, Colin is too English, but I'll keep Clark. I thought my other name should be a tribute to my mother's family. Aren't they from Kent? Right. So when I start work for the Daily Planet, I'll be known as Kent Clark. Tell Peregrine White Badger good riddance. My pleasure, Kent. Though I haven't seen him myself for the last few days. I just hope he learned his lesson. Not to worry, Martha. He'll never find us in America. Congratulations, sir. You're now the proud owner of the Metropolis Daily Star. Not to worry, Jim. I'm sure I'll never see White Badger again. After all, I'm just another immigrant, and America's a big country.
But doesn't he have an accent?
I know, but see what I meant?
Oh, I loved it.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me what you liked about it then.
I liked the humor. I liked that even though I don't like it when Superman shows, like, oh, hey, I'm Clark Kent. This one actually had a good reason. It was because of the tabloids. Even though he's an idiot.
White Badger was more lax than he was Perry White.
Yeah, he was like a Lex version of Perry White.
And I'm sorry, Batman was so dumb.
Oh yeah, Batman was stupid. He's easily forgettable. I liked everything else though.
And what about Louisa?
Oh, Louisa was amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
I prefer
She was
Lois.
consistent.
True, but seriously, talk about a bitch.
No, she knows how to get stuff done.
True, but she just cares about herself.
Exactly. That makes it great.
Hold on a second. But yeah, though. But now the artwork was good, if cartoony.
Yeah, a little bit cartoony, but it's not bad.
I like Jimmy though. Jimmy, I like best.
Jimmy is great. I love Jimmy.
And but Colin was an idiot.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. This was the dumbest Superman we've had.
Yes. Yes, it is.
I mean,
I
seriously.
just felt bad every time his parents moved.
Oh, they were. I guess. Okay, gotta ask you, who's worse, the Kents here or the Snyderverse Kents?
Oh,
I think these ones are worse.
I want to say they were willing to move away.
Well, not just that, but they're telling him don't use your powers, period, because of their own personal selfishness.
Which Jonathan Kent was like in the Man of Steel. He's like, listen, I just want to be a regular farmer, and I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, screw you, buddy.
Yeah, but here it's like, but again, it's like Colin just can't think straight, and it just doesn't feel like it's too. I gotta say, it's a little too British, if you ask me.
Too British is the best British.
True. Okay, what was your favorite part of the story? Like,
My
scene,
favorite
like
part.
favorite scene or anything?
Hmm.
I'm not counting
Oh,
the ending, because I think the ending's the best part.
okay.
So
Let's
not
see.
counting the ending.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Which part should I pick? Honestly, him helping all those people and even
Before it
giving
blew
them
up.
diamonds, but it turns out that was all bupkis.
Pumpkin. You're potentially using British type word, aren't you?
That's a British word?
See, oh, maybe not. Maybe not.
I don't know if that's a British word or not. It ended up being for naught.
Yeah, for not.
Though it's so weird because every time I was like listening to you read it, I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't help but think of an Irish or a Scottish accent instead of a British one.
I could not either. Although the
Really?
fact that you had Stopebag saying Lottie I think there's a little bit of Irish in him.
Oh, I want to see an Irish or Scottish Superman, but have him be red haired.
Yeah. Well, at least Jimmy's still a redhead.
It will be Jimmy. Jimmy will be Superman.
But I did like the joke at the end of him being Kent Clark. Like I say, my favorite bit had to be Lois. Anything with Lois. Because it just felt like that was the closest to being like traditional Superman.
For me, it was Louise and Lois were great.
Oh, yeah.
They were a great counterpart to each other.
Oh, they were. But again, Lois definitely felt like traditional Lois. But it makes you then wonder, wait, if there's a Lois, is there and we know there's a Perry, is there a Jimmy? Or,
Interesting.
you gotta wonder that,
No, his
right?
name would be Johnny.
But that's true. But yeah, so what would you rate this in all honesty? I give it like a 6 or a 7.
7.5.
7.5. Because I mean, it's not the worst Elseworld I've ever read.
Nah, to me, one of the best.
Really?
Yes.
Well, that's you. For me, I think it's also because I know what the John Cleese type of comedy. And I know he only helped out with this, but it doesn't feel
John
like,
Cleese, you said his name
yeah,
was?
John Cleese. And
That's the guy who played Lancelot.
yeah. But I was like,
Okay, making sure.
it just felt like, especially when I think the way Superman was handled here was too much of a mockery. Like this felt more mean spirited than any parodies done of him.
I didn't think of it that way.
You didn't think it was mean spirited?
No, judging from how he did the Holy Grail and the parody of the Jesus movie, it seems like pretty on point when he wrote the Superman.
Well, again, he only helped out with this one. He didn't do most of the writing. That was a collaborative effort. But he mostly did the acting for those other movies.
So, I don't care. I said what I said.
Yeah, but yeah, so well, see you on the next one, and hopefully I'm gonna get Hooded Justice on, and we'll go over Superman Red Sun next, which I feel
Ooh.
is a much better story than this one. We'll see you all on the next one. Take care.
Bye.